Hey y'all, my name is Michaela, and today I will be explaining to you guys how I got into the illustrious Howard University. So stay tuned. Okay, so I took notes in my composition book just to make sure I don't miss anything, and if I do, I'll link my social medias down below so that y'all can ask me questions about Howard and how I got in. So I'm going to start with why I applied to Howard University. So initially, I did not want anything to do with Howard University, like at all. And my reasoning was my sister went there and I didn't really want my family to think that I was, following after her. I wanted them to know that I have a mind of my own, and which that's not really the smartest reason why or the most valid reason, but that was my reason. So this summer going into my senior year, my mom told me I can't sit in the house all summer, so I need to figure out something to do. So I found a bunch of summer programs, and I found one at Howard, and I thought it would be good to go. So it was a 2-week summer program, but I only stayed for 1 week because that's all we paid for. And when I went, it was amazing. I learned so much about myself and my culture in that short amount of time, and it was really eye-opening. I realized that Howard is a really good school. I met a lot of really nice people and inspiring people, and the friends that I made while I was at Howard for my program, I still talk to this day, and some of them will be my classmates at Howard. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about my GPA. So when I was applying to Howard, getting ready to apply, I watched probably every single How I Got into Howard YouTube video. And everyone was saying they had 4.0s, 3.9s, 4.1s. And I was just like, okay, so where are the average students at? Can I get into Howard with my average GPA? So I applied with a unweighted 3.2 GPA and a weighted 3.4 GPA. Grades do not define me as a person. I mean, my grades show average, but I'm not average. Okay, so I went into high school with the mindset that A's and B's are good. I wasn't thinking about straight A's. I knew straight A's were good, but I knew I was perfectly fine getting B's also. So I didn't really push getting straight A's because I knew as long as I don't get any C's, I'm good. So my freshman year, I ended with a 3.5, and then my sophomore year, I transferred high schools, and it was a little different for me because at my high school, my freshman year, we had 4 classes one semester, and then the other 4 were taken in the second semester. And when I transferred to my new school, we took all 8 classes a semester, just 4 one day and 4 the next day, and we would switch off like that. So that was kind of confusing. It took a while to get used to. I'm just gonna say that. That's not an excuse. It just took a while to get used to. So my sophomore year, I got mostly B's, and my first semester, I actually got a C in my French class, and I was not happy about that. Let's just say that. I got a 79 in my French class. So my sophomore year, my GPA plummeted basically, but I still didn't think it was that bad. So my junior year, basically, I got used to the 8 classes a semester thing. Okay, so my junior year, I got 2 B's and the rest were A's. So 6 A's and 2 B's. So I was like, okay, I'm good. This brought my GPA up. I knew it wasn't too low, but it wasn't too high. I was thinking around the 3.5 range. our counselors send us our transcripts, and I look at my GPA and it says unweighted 3.2, and I was just like, what? How do I have a 3.2? It just did not make any sense to me. I didn't understand. I was like really angry, but yeah. So my junior year, I knew I wanted to go to college, and I knew that, you know, I need to show that I'm at least trying and pushing myself to, you know, be successful. So I took my APs and honors classes in my junior year, and I was successful because I was more focused, and I knew, like, I had my eye on the prize. And honestly, that's really what colleges look at. If you, like, they want to see that you improve every year. So now I'm going to talk about my test scores. So I started taking my SATs and ACTs at the end of my 10th grade year. So I went in not studying at all, and I got a 900. So that was really embarrassing. But at that time, I didn't really know, like, I didn't know if that was bad or good. Like, I just knew I took it. I did what I was supposed to do. So, like, either June or July, I took the ACT. So I got my scores back, and I got a 17. So basically, those two scores are like the same, but I realized that I liked the SAT better. So between my 11th grade year and like October of my 12th grade year, I took the SAT like four or five more times. And every time it got better, but in the beginning of my senior year, I was getting really nervous because my score was not what I wanted it to be. And I was just like, I'm not getting into Howard with this GPA and my test scores. So I got a SAT prep tutor. She was amazing. She wrote the SATs and ACTs and the MCATs and all the tests you could think of, all the standardized tests you could think of. So she helped me study for it. And I went in there and I was like, look, I want to apply early action. So if I get the score that I want, I'm going to apply early. And if I don't, I'm still going to apply early. And what happens is supposed to happen. And what's for me will be for me. That was my mindset. So my goal was to get at least a 1300. And I went in there, took the test. I checked my scores. And I scroll down to see check scores. And it says that I got a 13. Honey, listen. I was so excited. I was just like, yes, I'm going to college. I'm going to Howard. I worked hard to get this score just for Howard. So yeah, I was really excited about that. And I studied a lot, got a tutor, you know, and I was determined, and I did what I put my mind to. So that explains my test score. So now we're going to be talking about my major and minor. So I applied to Howard as a nursing major on a pre-med track, and I plan on minoring in broadcast journalism because I don't know if I want to be a nurse practitioner or OBGYN. Also, I love sports. You know, I'm an athlete. So I kind of like the whole like film thing. So I don't know if I want to be a sports broadcaster either. So, you know, college is where you can really find yourself and understand what you like and what you don't like. You know, college is full of trial and error and learning. So, you know, hopefully by my junior year, I'll know exactly what I want to do, but that's my intended major and minor. Now we're going to be talking about essays. So through the Common App, to apply to Howard, it is one required essay, the personal essay that you write for all the colleges that you apply to. And then there is a supplement for the major that you want to go into, and that's optional, but it's highly recommended. So honestly, why would you not want to do that? So I wrote my personal essay and my nursing prompt, and I saw that there was an additional information section, and I was just like, what's this? And it basically is where you can write about whatever you want. You can explain why your grades dropped, what was going on in your life in that time. You can explain why you want to go to Howard, why Howard is your dream school. You can talk about anything in that part. So in my Common App personal essay, I wrote about a problem, how it affected me, and what I did to resolve the problem, or how that has shaped me into the person I am today. And then for my nursing prompt, it basically asks what makes me want to go into the nursing field, why I want to be a nurse, and how the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences can help me with my career goal. So basically, I wrote about the time where it clicked to me that I wanted to be in the medical field. So then in my additional information essay, the reason why I wrote that is because it's like extra credit. Why? Like, it's there. Just do it. You never know. It's not going to be penalizing to you. It's honestly there to help you. So in my additional information essay, I wrote about why I chose Howard and why initially I did not want to go there, and how I went to the summer program. And yeah. Now on your application, there is a recommendation part. So I think it has a minimum, it was a minimum of 2 recommendations, and then 1 from your counselor. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But I was very strategic with my recommendations. I got a recommendation letter from my journalism teacher, because, you know, broadcast journalism minor. I got a recommendation from my science teacher of 2 years, because, you know, medical field. And I got a recommendation from my basketball coach because he's known me for 4 years. Okay, so now we're going to talk about extracurricular activities. I did basketball for 4 years, like I said, and I was the captain for 2. I worked at Chick-fil-A for 2 years straight. I've never quit a job. I've been at Chick-fil-A, and I will probably stay at Chick-fil-A until I go off to college. I was in Future Business Leaders of America in HOSA. I volunteered at the Boys and Girls Club, and I also volunteered with my children's church, and I was also a part of the student athlete leadership team for a year. I promised myself that if I got into Howard, I would make a how I got into Howard video to show that you don't need a 4.0 to get into the school. Honestly, if you are determined and show work ethic and show improvements in yourself, Howard will see that, and they will see the potential for you. Honestly, you honestly have to know that everything happens for a reason. And, you know, if you apply to Howard and if you don't get in, just know that was not God's plan for you, and he has something so much greater for you. Good luck to anyone who hasn't applied yet. to Howard for the 2023 class, and for the HU24, HU25, HU26, HU27 class, I wish you guys the best of luck. And just reach out to me if you have any questions. The link is for all my social medias is going to be in the description. And I would love for you guys to like and subscribe to my channel. And yes. Hey y'all, so it's currently December 14th and it is 12:57. I find out, yes it is. I find out if I got into Howard in a few minutes. Oh, I meant it's 12:47. Okay, phew. Okay, it's 12:47, I can breathe. But yeah, I find out in a couple minutes, and hopefully I'm HU23. I have my acceptance gear on, the rain jacket, and the shirt. It says Howard. You can't really see it, but just know it's bomb. And I just think I look really good in the Howard colors, so hopefully I'll be able to wear these next year. So stay tuned.